Thomas in the Wild. The sun was rising over the Chinese railway, and Thomas and Yong Bao were on their way to work. Thomas was very excited because today he was taking a crew to the nature reserve to film giant pandas. The giant panda is the national animal of China, explained Yong Bao. They are very rare. Thomas's coaches Yin Long and An An were just as excited as Thomas. They are super cute, said An An. As Thomas pulled into the station to pick up the crew, he kept thinking about seeing a giant panda. Trains can't go inside the reserve, said Yin Long. You won't see one, Thomas. Thomas frowned. Well, I'll see one in the forest on the way then. We have never seen one in the wild, said An An. They are very rare. But Thomas was determined. He was sure he could find a giant panda. Toot toot! Thomas whistled along the tracks, looking in the forest for the pandas. Suddenly, he shuddered to a stop. Screech! Fizzling fireboxes! I can see something in the trees, said Thomas. Sure enough, there was something in the trees, but it was a red panda. They are rare too, said Yin Long, but not as rare as the giant panda. You're not going to find one, Thomas. The more the coaches told Thomas he wouldn't find one, the more determined Thomas became. Further along the track, Thomas heard a rustling in the bamboo. I can see something, Thomas whispered. It's black and white. Is it a giant panda? No, Thomas, said An An. That's an Asian black bear. They are quite rare. But not as rare as a giant panda, puffed Thomas, feeling disappointed. As they got closer to the nature reserve, Thomas started to worry that maybe he wouldn't find one. He chuffed and puffed slowly along the track. Hurry up, Thomas, said the coaches. But Thomas would not speed up. He was too busy looking through bamboo. He had spotted something black and white and furry. Are they? Thomas started. They are! Gasped An An. Two giant pandas crept out from behind a tree. They were much smaller than Thomas had imagined. They are cubs, said An An. Look, there's the mother. Thomas was so pleased he had found not one giant panda, but three. Thomas, An An, and Yin Long kept completely silent as they watched the amazing animals. I can't believe we have seen a giant panda in the wild, whispered Yin Long. All because of you, Thomas. You didn't give up until we had seen one, smiled An An. With one last glance at the pandas, Thomas puffed away happily, feeling very proud that he hadn't given up. Peep, peep!